capturing everything on camera. If you're ready, it's time to have some grave encounters.
In the original planning, this was going to be the first one, but if that's changed, if I say, welcome to Found Footage Month, it's going to be weird. So ignore that if this isn't the first one. But waffle out of the way, let's talk about Grave Encounters from 2011. This was written and directed by the Vicious Brothers and stars Sean Rogerson, Ashley Griscoe, Merwin Mondesir, and Mackenzie Gray, not Houston Gray, even though that's the character and that's confusing. Thank you. But I'm not going to say that this is, Oscar-worthy and high cinema and the most amazing film I've ever seen. It's not even the most amazing horror film I've ever seen, if I'm honest. But it sets out to do something, and it achieves it, and I will always celebrate that. Well, not always, there are certain things that maybe shouldn't be attempted, but for what it was trying to do, like I say, it nailed it, and it was a fun ride. It doesn't take itself too seriously, ironically, given what it's sort of aping. Because for many years before this, and sadly for a lot of years since then as well, it's mostly probably online now on YouTube and stuff, but there was a whole thing. There was a whole period of time where every channel seemed to have some kind of Ghost Hunters TV show. And you know the ones where they prey on the gullible. I didn't misspeak. They prey on the gullible. There's be like a noise off camera and everyone turns around with their night vision on. Nothing's there. But, the noise, it's spooky. It wasn't just someone behind the camera bashing something. Or a barrel rolls down a ramp when they're looking at a haunted pub. Because a crew member couldn't have pushed that, waiting in the shadows. But still, my gripes with that aside, and considering I'm now started my paranormal experiences module at uni, I understand that for some people, they believe it. I mean, the psychology of belief is very fascinating to me, why some people believe certain things and other people just can't believe certain things. I think most of those tend to be autistic, which might be a literalism thing, but either way, it's a fascinating area, and I totally appreciate, like I say, what this was doing. It was mocking them. It wasn't celebrating them. I'm sure some people think Grave Encounters was celebrating no, it was mocking them. But then it tells its own tale, which, okay, it's cribbed from House on Haunted Hill. I don't doubt that for a second. The whole spooky doctor thing that appears in the footage and then the weird time stuff, it reminded me of House on Haunted Hill. So that takes a few points away, but still, even knowing that, I enjoyed it. Does it have some basic After Effects plugins? Like that girl when she turns around and she's got that warped face? I'd seen that in the decade prior on YouTube when people were first learning After Effects and doing ghost videos. It's not meant to be super scary or anything like that. I mean, it does still keep the pulse going. Even though I've seen it multiple times and know exactly the beats and know just how cheesy it is, I think the authenticity, weirdly, in that cheese still takes you along for the ride. And to be honest, Sean Rogerson's performance as Lance is a big part of that. He is the crux of this. And his desire to believe, that you can tell comes through, even though he pays off the gardener to make up a story, but his desire to believe when things start happening, his intent to keep filming and do something with this, which obviously ends up causing the whole group problems, to put it bluntly and mildly. He really sells it all. And it's part of why I think this works. Had someone else taken the role and been less convincing with Lance's performance, I may not have enjoyed it as much. And that goes for everyone. Like I mentioned with Mackenzie Gray, who I keep wanting to call his character's name, when he first comes on the scene and he's doing the typical, if you're from the UK, you'll know what I mean by this, Derek Acora, I can hear the spirits.
Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
And then as soon as cut, he's laughing and going, was that good enough? It is mocking these things, but doing it in such a way that it's not mean-spirited. It's just honest. But his performance and switching between the two modes, and even when things start going a bit, actually, this is real, he's still in that weird middle ground of do I play up or do I just go, oh my god, this is actually happening, and be me, and terrified. And that's why I think I would recommend this to anyone. I'm not planning on doing any sequels in this month. I'm doing the first ones in a series. So if people want me to talk about Grave Encounters 2, which I enjoyed, maybe not as much as this, but I did still enjoy it, I'm happy to do that over the next, maybe November, December, or if people don't want it, that's fine too. There's plenty of other things I'm going to talk about during this month that have sequels that I'm quite happy to do. And maybe I will toss a few in through November, just give myself some weeks where I don't have to think too much while I'm doing my final year at uni. But those are my thoughts on Grave Encounters, and I really want to know if me and my partner and a few other people that I know, like, are in the minority. Do people actually really enjoy this for its cheese and the fact that it knows it's cheese? Do write that in the comments. But until next time, as always, thank you for watching and take care.
It's vulgar aim. It's vulgar aim.